All right, this is the word problem number 1 homework. So take a look at number 1. It says, you use 5/7 of your homework time on math. You spend 3 hours in total doing your homework. How much time do you spend on math? So I'm going to spend part of my whole time. So part of a whole. If you look on your notes, part of a whole means we're going to do multiplication. So I'm going to take 5/7 of 3 hours and solve. So if I look, I can't reduce anything on the diagonal. So 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 1 is 7. That's improper, so I'm going to change that. 7 goes into 15 2 times, with a remainder of 1. So that means I spend 2 1/7 hours on math work. All right, take a look at number 2. 2 friends go for a 3-mile walk. After walking 2/5 of the way, the friends stop at a store. How many miles is it from the start of the walk to the store? So this one to me sounds like the one that we did in our notes about walking around the lake. So here, same thing again, we're talking 2/5 of the way through a 3-mile walk. So this is also part of the whole. So you're going to do that same thing where you're taking the whole and you're doing 2/5 of the whole walk, and we want to find out how far that is. I'll let you guys solve that one. All right, let's go to number 3. The lighting crew had pizzas delivered to rehearsal, but they found they could only eat 3/10 of the 3 pizzas. So how many pizzas did they eat? Well, again, this is part of the whole amount of pizzas. So I'm going to do 3/10 of 3 pizzas. So if I multiply, I can't reduce on the diagonal, so I'm going to get 9/10. So that gives me 9/10 of a pizza. So that's how much they ate, 9/10 of 1 pizza. So that's just the first part. They want to know, well, then how much is left over? Well, if I had 3 pizzas, I still have this whole pizza left, this whole pizza left, but they only ate 9/10 of this one. So if I were to divide this up, say I had 10, there were 10 equal sections. If they only ate 9 of them, there would be 1/10 left over. So from this pizza, there's 1/10 left over. This whole pizza is left over, and this whole pizza is left over. So if I add that all up, I have 2 full pizzas and 1/10 of another one left over. Okay, so let's flip it to the back. So number 4. This one says a carpenter has a board that is 5/8 yard wide. She cuts the board into 2 pieces. If all the pieces are the same width, then how wide is each piece? Well, right there it says we're cutting or we're dividing the board into 2 pieces. So I have a board that's 5/8 wide, and if I divide it into 2 pieces, how wide will each one be? Well, I got to follow the rules for division and keep, change, reciprocal. I can't reduce on the diagonal, so I'm going to get 5/16 yard wide. All right, take a look at the next one. A construction worker had a rope that's 10 meters long. She needs to cut it into pieces that are 2/9 of a meter long. How many such pieces can she cut without having any rope left over? Okay, so if we take the 10 meters, again, we're cutting. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to take the 10 meters and you're going to divide it up into pieces that are 2/9 meters long. So you're going to solve just like you did up there. Don't forget to keep change reciprocal. Okay, let's look at number 6. Jenny's got 7 cups of milk. A 1-batch recipe for pancakes calls for 3/4 cups milk. To see how many batches that she can make, she finds 7 divided by 3/4. She said that because 7 divided by 3/4 equals 1/7 times 4/3, she could make 4/21 of a batch. What was her error? Well, if we're doing this division, if I were to divide, I would keep change reciprocal. But when I look at what I get for multiplying and what she's got, she actually did the reciprocal of the first one. So let's take a look. She multiplied the reciprocal of the dividend by the divisor. Okay, well, that's what she was supposed to do, but she flipped this too. She multiplied the reciprocal of the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. So let's make sure you guys understand. This is the dividend right here. This is the divisor. Oop. Right here. Okay? So she multiplied the reciprocal of the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. And if you look, that's what she did. She took the reciprocal of both of them. So I'm going to put a little star next to that one. Just ignore the phone. And we're going to take a look at the next choice. She multiplied the dividend by the divisor. No. And then she multiplied the this must mean the divisor by the reciprocal. Yikes. So the only one that really makes sense here is that she took the reciprocal of both, and she shouldn't have, because she took the reciprocal of this as well. So this is going to be the second choice. Okay? So how many batches can she really make? So if we take 7 cups of milk, and we have to divide that up and see how many 3/4 cups fit into that, we would keep change reciprocal. There's nothing to reduce, so we would get 28/3, but that's improper, so we need to say 3 goes into 28 9 times with a remainder of 1/3. So she could actually make 9 1/3 batches because she's got a lot of milk.